So the last class we discussed because we discussed one or two thing, you know. So I gave you assignments. Let me say all of you did not do the assignment. That's by the way. Yeah. So now let's go in for today's topic because I told you in the assignment that you should, where is it? Yeah, I told you to create an HTML file, and inside your folder, you should name it home.html. Display your display your name with h1 tag inside the body. Display your phone number in h5 tag, and display a goodbye message in p tag. That's the assignment. So let's quickly do it together. Um, okay. So let's quickly do it together. Let me go to my home. Yeah, this is the folder. Let me open this folder inside Visual Studio Code. Yeah. Okay, now let's quickly do it. Let's quickly do the this joining. Okay, so this is the assignment. Create an HTML file and name it home.html. So just click on this create new file icon, right? Home.html. Then I will need to write my skeleton by doing the doc type first, so that I will tell the browser that hey, this document is HTML document. HTML document. Then followed by my HTML tag. And I'll put my head. Inside the head, I will have my title. Then after the head, I will have another level, which is the body tag. And inside the body tag is where I'm going to what what did the assignment say? It said display your name with H1 tag inside the body. So just write my lesser sign to write it one tag H1 followed by the greater than side. It will automatically close it by itself and write my name. Yeah, then what next? It said display your phone number in H5 tag. This is another tag, H5. When I'm done with that, I click my enter space, followed by the lesser than side, H5, and the greater than side. It will Visual Studio Code will complete the rest by itself. I write my phone number. Let me just put something 08133991100. This is my phone number. Then what's the next? And then display a goodbye message in p tag. So I can just say you have to be creative as a developer. I just said thanks for visiting my website. Ah, you know, something like that. So that's all. This is all what you are told to do. So how can we view it now? We click on the tab, we right click on it and copy the path. We head over to our Chrome browser, our Firefox, paste it, and boom, this is it. This is what you are instructed to do. Very, very simple. You don't have much thing to do. This is it. So if you like, you can just add anything that you like and things that you like. So if you haven't done this assignment, I'm giving you just 2 minutes for you to do it. 2 minutes. So I'm giving you 2 minutes. Please do that. I'm waiting. If when you once you are done, let me know. Let me mute myself for now until you are done.
I'm done, sir.
I'm done, sir. I'm done. Okay. Okay. So I believe you are all done. So can you please review? If you are done, please display your screen. Let us see it. And yeah, if you are done, let us see it in your Visual Studio Code. Let me stop presenting. If you are done, present it. Let us see it, please. Ojo, next time, always join the meeting with your laptop. That's the best way. You understand?
I'm trying to having issue with the network, that's why.
Okay, how many points? So next time, the next lesson, just make sure you get yourself ready and prepare, so you won't be having issue like this. Uh
All right.
yeah, Gov D, did you do the assignments? Gov D, did you do the assignments? This guy is not. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, I've already do the assignments for you guys, and you'll be able to understand one or two. Yeah. So let's move forward.
I'm just owning my system right now, sir.
Okay, they bring light.
Yes, they bring right now. I'm just owning my system right now. Right
Connect
now.
connect with your hotspot and join the meeting with your laptop, because you won't be able to see it very well if you are using your phone. We are waiting for you. Once you are done, let us know so that we can continue, please. For those of you who joined through your phone, so for the last time, Don't join through your phone again, please. So let's just cruise. Okay, GovD is presenting a screen. Okay. This is what exactly this is what we want. It's not that you'll be joining with your phone. Okay, so good. Wow. No, no way. This is beautiful. Please, can we see your code? I believe all you guys can see is screen. Let us see the code so that we can all learn together. Yeah. Can you please explain the code for us, starting from the top, from the number 1 line to the 19 line? Explain it for us so that we can understand. Unmute yourself, please. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Come on. GovD, I've left. GovD, what's happening? Okay, anyway, you'll be presenting your screen later. So we are moving forward. And where did we stop the last time? The last time we met, we stopped at attributes, HTML attributes. And I told you guys HTML attributes is a modifier. We can use it to modify our tag. So, and that will brought us a topic inside that tag. So that's our next topic. That will bring us uh something inside that tag, and I mean a topic of tag. And what is that? It is um it is what I'm trying to find a slide. I want to put this thing inside a slide. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah. I want to set up a slide so that we can see what I'm saying. I believe you can all hear me clearly and loudly. Please, if you can hear me, present notify so that I can know that I'm talking to a human being. If you can hear me, just raise up your hand. Okay, good. Praise, Yenacho, you can hear me very well. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ujo, you can hear me very well. Okay, that's cool. Okay, you can all hear me. So let me set up this slide. Yeah, let me present my screen back. Hmm. So, like I'm saying, I said the last time we stop at attributes. And before we move forward, let me quickly display one or two attributes for you so that you won't forget. Yeah. So let's see an example now. Like this now. Uh this this HTML. You can just put an attribute. The name of the attribute is lang, which means language. Which type of language did you want the search engine to connect with? And just say we will put the code, which is en. So tag is just a modifier. It's modify this tag modify this HTML. You understand? Let's see for example like what Gov did. Don't worry, I've already seen what you did and I'm very very impressed with the solution to the assignment. Don't worry about yourself. Let me see. We should be able to turn on your microphone now. Other people can be able or is able to turn on the microphone. I don't know why you are getting the issue, but that's by the way. Let's just move forward. At the end of the lesson, you will share us your screen. We'll see very well. So let's say for example now I'm talking about attribute, HTML attribute. Let's say for example we want to add image, you know, we want to add image. So and you know we said image is a self-closing tag. So we self-close it instead of saying img like this, img. So image is not being done like it will display, it won't display the image. So image is a self-closing tag. So and we can just add an attribute inside this image which is src. src means source followed by equal to and quotation where we are going to put the value. And what are we going to put? It is the link to the image on our machine. And I'm going to use this file, this image called favicon. I've just said favicon.png. So this source is an attribute that will change how this image tag will display. First, let me remove this attribute first and let me save it and view this code on my browser. Let's see what is going to screen out. Let me refresh. Can you see? It displayed nothing. It displayed nothing. So with the help of this source, this attribute, this source attribute, I'm able to display, to change the way this image tag display. This is the image, but we are unable to see it because we did not put anything there. This is the image, but image is not showing because we did not specify image. And to specify image, we need to use this src attribute to change how this image tag behave. So let me put it back and save. Then we go back and then we see the image, although it is big. You are getting me? So that is that is attributes. It change the way the elements behave, the tag behave. This image now is too big, and how can we reduce it? We can use CSS, but we are not in the class for CSS now, so we need to stick with our dear HTML. So how can we use HTML to to resize this image? We need to use tag inside this because we said a tag, an attribute. We need to use attribute like I said. We know that an attribute is a modifier. So we have to use a particular attribute to change the way this image behave. So and the attribute we are going to use is what we know as width. So the width is just the horizontal line. You understand? So I'll just put 20. So let's see it. Let's save it and go back. Can you see it? The image has reduced. You can see it. Let me zoom it. You can see it. It has reduced to 30 pixel because it displayed it in 30 in pixel, 30 pixel. So but it's too small. Let's just put 100 pixel like this. And let's see what happened. Voila, it's a little bit better. So and there's another attribute that we can add, which is the height. That's the vertical display of this tag. We can just say that one should be 50 pixel. Let's see how it will display. It won't display good. You can see it shrink it up a little bit. So that is how attribute behave. We have different type of attributes. we have a lot of attributes which we'll be talking about, which we'll be using as time goes on. Yeah. So that's just that. Now let's move to the next topic, which is um empty versus container tags. Empty versus container tag. Empty versus container tag. We all know what is tag. A tag is a building block of HTML. A tag is a building block of HTML, you know. So what is empty tag and what is container tag? I believe you guys should be able to answer this question because we've just used them now. We've just used some empty tag and container tag in our assignments. But to save the time, let's start with empty tag. Empty tag, what is empty tag? Empty tag are tag that doesn't have a closing tag. Let me repeat myself again. Let me repeat myself again. Empty tag are tags that doesn't have a closing tag and doesn't contain another tag. So that is empty tag. Empty tag are tag that doesn't close. They don't have closing tag and they can't contain another tag. They can only contain attributes. And I believe someone should be able to give me a sample of an empty tag. A tag wey be say once we open it, we won't close it. It's a self-closing and sometimes you don't even need to close it. According to HTML5 rules, it's closed. The browser will inform some text in there that we close it. You understand? So and I believe you guys will be able to if I ask you, I'm going to ask the question, some example of an empty tag. Someone is raising his hand. Praise Iheanacho. Okay. What is an example of an empty tag? Please, if you know it, you can unmute your mic and give us an answer. Praise Iheanacho, you raise up your hand.
No, no, no,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. I've lowered it back. Okay, but I believe some of you should be able to know what is empty tag because we use it. Anyway, to save ourselves from time, this is an empty tag. Image is an empty tag because it doesn't have closing tag. We didn't do like this. IMG. You understand? So it's an empty tag. And I said empty tag are tag that doesn't have close tag. Example is href attributes. If you that is the attributes. The href tag. The anchor tag. Anchor tag are the tag that we can use to add link to our web page. We just said, hey, but sometimes it has tag. We won't even include it. We don't need to include that. But that's by the way. You know, we have two type of tags, the empty tag and the container tag. And the empty tag are tag that doesn't have a closing tag. An example of them are image, the image tag, the break tag, the horizontal line tag, we have a lot of them, made mention of them. We have almost like 15 of them, I think. Let me view it. We have up to 15 empty tag. Can't see it. The 15 empty tag. we have 15 empty tag in HTML. There are more than that, but that was the standard. Yeah, that's it. 15 empty tag. According to HTML5, it's not opening. But I've seen some example. Some example are the inputs. Yeah, we have the input. We have the input. We have the metal. We have the link. You know, so those tag doesn't close. And let's take example. We in between. Let's view this web page back. Let's see how it is here. What if we want to add a lot of space between this phone number and the goodbye message? We can use a break. We can put a break. We can break the line. So let's break the line between this phone number and the goodbye message. So we navigate back to our Visual Studio Code, and let's do something. Let's give it, if you want to break something, we can just, if you want to break the, to give a space, we can just do like this, press the enter. Do you think this will work? This will not work because HTML doesn't understand this white space. They are white space. It treated white space as non-character. So, and what we said is that we want to give a space, we want to leave a space like this between this phone number and the goodbye message. So, and we've pressed our tab, the enter key to put that space. Let's see if it work. And I repeat, it won't work. Can you see it? Nothing changed. Let me refresh again. Nothing changed. So how are we going to do that? We are going to use the break tag. And what is the break tag? How can we use it? We just do like this. Our greater than sign. The lesser than sign, sorry. Then followed by the word BR. It stands for break. But HTML doesn't understand break. It only understands the BR. That is the conversion. Then followed by the greater than sign. Did you see that Visual Studio Code did not even close it? Unlike if we said P tag and we write our greater than sign, can you see that it closes the P tag automatically, but it doesn't close the B tag and the break tag. Let's do it again. The break tag. Can you see it? Visual Studio Code actually understand that this is an empty tag. This BR is an empty tag. It doesn't close. It's an empty tag. It doesn't close. So I want to add a break. That is, this BR mean break. When we break the line like this, when you enter to give a space between the top and the bottom, So let us view it. Let's see it. This is where our mouse is. Can you see it? It's work. It have shifted. It have break the line. It added another line, another line between this, a vertical line there. So let's add another break. We can just copy it, Control Z, and paste it like 3 times or 4 times and let's go back to our browser and refresh. Can you see? That is an example of empty tag, and that will, I believe, we understand the uses of that BR. It is used to insert empty space vertically. You understand? So that's the work of BR, and it's an empty tag. So, and what is empty tag? Empty tag is a tag that doesn't close. They don't have closing tag, and they don't accept any other tag. We can't put a p tag inside this element now. It is an error. Can you see? Visual Studio Code have even highlight this p in red. That means this code is wrong. So unlike p tag that we can put text or anything, we can even put another p tag inside another p tag and it will work. But empty tag doesn't accept any other tag. They can only accept attributes. You can see we can only put attributes. They don't accept any other tag. because they are empty, they don't close. Unlike this p tag that we close it here, unlike this body tag that we close it here. This is the opening of the body tag, and this is the closing of the body tag. Unlike this HTML, this is the closing of the HTML tag, and this is the opening of the HTML tag with this language attribute inside it. So BR doesn't have such. Example is this image. It doesn't close. Can you see it? We don't have closing. It is a self-closing tag. So this BR, we can self-close it by doing this, by adding the forward slash inside it, but it's not necessary. According to it, we can do it. If we do it like this, it will still work, but it doesn't necessary. You can see it still work, but it doesn't necessary. So automatically our browser will do its work by adding that on our behalf. So that is just everything about the empty tag. So let's go to the next tag that we are talking about, which is the container tag. Where is it? Container tag. What is a container tag? I believe you should be able, I want you guys to define this container tag for me now, because it is opposite of this empty tag. Someone should raise up his hand and define what is container tag for us. I'm waiting. Someone should define what is container tag for us, please. Raise up, okay. Gov D, what is container tag? You raise up your hand.
Container tag is a tag that has both opening, close tag and opening tags and close tag. That's what
Correct.
is
That is
known as
brilliant. That was brilliant.
container tag.
That's lovely. I've already told you that it is the opposite of empty. We said empty doesn't have closing tag, and we said it is opposite. That means this one has closing tag. That's simple. That's what Govdi just defined. Very simple. So container tag
It is
are
me, it is me.
tags.
It is me, Sal.
Who? Okay, Matthew.
Matthew.
Oh. Okay, brilliant. I love that. I love that. Govdi, are you with us? I think you are mute since. Are you with us? I don't think Govdi is with us. Okay. So we that about container tag. Container tag are tags that have opening tag. I mean that has closing tag and it can contain, it's just the opposite of all these things we write. It can contain another tag inside it. And what are the example of container tag? Someone should raise up his hand. I don't want Matthew, another person should raise up his hand and give us two example of a container tag. Please, let's be fast. We don't have time, please. Okay, Gov D. Oh yeah, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, Gov D. Just unmute yourself and said it. If you are already used up, just unmute yourself and give us two example of a container tag.
We have the P tag and the body tag too.
Correct. Another person, that's good. Nelson, okay, unmute yourself, Nelson, and give us some container tag example.
Okay, so we have the H1 tag and the title tag.
God bless you. Another person, Praise, are you with us? Praise, Iheanacho, are you with us?
Yes.
Then give us example of a container tag.
Anchor tag and paragraph tag.
Correct. Huh. No, someone have mentioned a paragraph tag. Give us another one. Someone have mentioned paragraph tag. Okay, don't worry. We haven't talked much about tag. So I love that. So like we said, container tag is a tag that has closing tag and can contain another tag. And what are the example? The example is this body tag. This body tag, this is the opening of this body tag, and this is the closing. It has closing. And inside this body tag, we have all these tags that make up of our elements. You understand the point? So that is that about it. And this body can contain attribute also. Every tag contain attributes, can contain attributes. Both empty tag and container tag can contain attribute. Let's say for example that maybe you want to build a website that has, there are some website, there are some applications that has light mode and dark mode. You can toggle that. Maybe you are in the afternoon, you want to put it in dark mode, or you are in the night or something. So there are some things we can use to do that in this thing. We can just set the default mode. Let's say dark mode. You can just say the dark mode is we can just say mode. You can just say dark. Then we will use JavaScript to do all this. That's just an example. So that is body tag, and this is another tag, which is a container tag. This is the opening, this is the closing, and it has some text in it. H5, another tag. This is empty tag. It doesn't close. Abi, let us even make this thing so that we can see it. It doesn't close. This is P tag. It has closing tag. So that is just all what you need to actually understand. It's very, very simple. That is what you need to wrap your head inside. You know, we have two type of tag, empty and container tag. Empty, which means it doesn't close and it doesn't contain any other thing apart from attributes. Container, it's close. It can contain different type of stuff. Inside this P tag, we can write another tag. We can put this ya inside a span tag. I just said span and paste it. We refresh, we go there. We refresh, you can see this is our year. And if we inspect it, we see it. You can see it. We can inspect it and we see it there. So you can see it's here. This is our p tag. You can see it highlights on the browser. This is our p tag, and this is the word, and this is our span. You can see it highlight that year on its own. So span is a container tag because it has opening, it has closing, and it contains this year word. So that's about the two type of tags that we have. So those tags are the things we are going to use to build everything we want. Every design that I want to design. Maybe you want to design your site anyhow you just want it. Maybe you want to build a website like Facebook, something like YouTube, something like where people can WooCommerce website where people can order like Jumia, Gigi, Konga. So all these two things is what we are going to use. We have different type of empty tag we can use, and we've used some. We have different type of container tag, and we've used some. So that's just that about tags, the two type of tags that we have. So let's move forward and talk about block and inline elements. Block and inline elements. Make copies back here. What is block and inline elements? Just put that here. Yeah, block and inline elements. So let's start with block element. What is block element? A block element, or you can say a block tag. So let's use the word element. A block element is a type of element that occupy the whole space that it has. It's let me write it. Know why this is slowing. Just put it in. Let me find. I'm sorry. Let me find a good slide here. Okay, I've seen one. So a block coming. What's all this, man? Uh-huh. So a block elements are elements that take up or occupy the whole width in its surrounding. That is a block element. A block element are elements that take up the whole width. Let's say for example, this is an example of a block element. This p tag, it doesn't share boundary with others. You know, this image tags, it stand on its own, it stand on its own, it stand on its own. Let's view it inside this our inspector to actually see if it actually take up the whole space. Can you see this H1? I highlight on it. Can you see? It take up everything. Can you see H1? It take up everything from the left to the right. I'm talking of the width, the horizontal line. Can you see? It take up everything. You see this H5 also. It take up everything. Doesn't even leave any space. This highlight, it means the width. That it take up the total weight on our space. This particular space that he has access to. Yes, this is it. You understand? And also the body. It's a block element. It take up all the total weight that they have access to. So that is a block element. This is an example of a block element. We can define a div tag. We are going to talk about this div tag in a bit. A div tag, can break it down, and inside this div tag I will put a paragraph tag, and I will just write some random text like 30. I can refresh it. I can see it. This is my word. So if I open this, if I highlight on this div tag, can you see how it highlight everything? That means it take up the whole width. It only take up the whole width of its surrounding. You understand? You can see it inside, it take up. So that is that about block elements. Because we need to understand all these things when we start using it in the next few minutes, so that we can know that, okay, this is this one, and I want you to take the whole width. This one, I don't want you to take the whole width. So now let's move to, I believe we all understand what is block elements. Please, if you understand what is block elements according to my explanation, please signify or just drop a message. Let me know. Okay, okay, brilliant. So let's now talk about inline elements. You should now know that this is opposite of block. But to save time, let me just explain it myself. Inline element, you should understand according to this word. In line. So inline elements, they don't take up the whole width. They only take up minimum whole width that they needed. This block now, this block element is a gluten man. It takes up everything that you can is able to take. But this inline is a contented man. It only take the little that he need to survive. I hope you understand that illustration. This is a gluten. He care about himself alone. This block, this Mr. Block care about himself alone. But this inline, he cares about other. It only take the little that he need and leave the rest for other. Example of it, we've already used it in this ya. In this year, we put this year word inside a tag called span. Let's check it. Can you see it? Inside this span is where we put our year. Can you see that it still goes in line with this tag? It doesn't break it. It still goes in line with it. Can you see? Nobody will even know that we put it inside a span because it goes with it. It doesn't complain. That is who is joining us again. Okay. So, no one will even notice that this year is inside, is not only inside this p tag, because this, all of them, they are inside p tag. This is it, they are inside p tag, but inside that p tag we have the span. Nobody will even know unless you source code it. You inspect it, that you know that okay, this year is inside this span and the span is inside the p tag. So we have a lot of example of them, like the the break word. We have the break, we have the horizontal. I mean, no, the horizontal is not among. We have the inputs, the input tab. I mean, the input tags. We have the input tag. We have the coming. Let us put it one by one. As we are talking about it, let's be reviewing it. Let us put input, the input tag. To put input, we just said input. This input is an empty tag. It doesn't close. Just do it like this. So let's go back. Can you see at the top we have an input and we can type something inside it? So can you see that it doesn't take the whole space? It's only this Mr. Input only take what that okay, this thing will be sufficient for me. Unlike this guy, this Peter, it takes everything. Unlike this Shegun Festival, it has already, this Mr. Peter here has already take the width, the particular width that e need, but still yet it occupy the rest. And how are we going to know? We can put it, we can put our mouse on the code and we see that after it takes the little that e need, it still takes the rest and it doesn't need the rest. Can you see the empty space? It doesn't need it. It's a glutton. It's a bad person. It takes the rest. Where are the rest? Where are the other are going to be placed when you've already taken the total weight? So that's how they just behave. That's the difference between the block and inline element. The block element takes up the whole space, the whole width. Even if it doesn't need it, it will take the rest. But inline we only take what it needs, like this input. You can see it only take 146 pixel exactly of what you need. So we have a lot of them, which we have a lot of inline tags. We have the input, we have the what's it called? The image tag. Can you see the image? The image only takes what it needs. We have the image, we have I think the quote. The quote is among. Yeah, the quote is among. Let me see if quote is among. Q. Let me just put something. Lorem 10. Let me see if the quote is among. I think the quote is among. Oh, the quote is, yeah, the quote is among. The quote is among. Uh, the quote is an inline tags. So that is, we have a lot of inline tags we're going to be discussing in this course. So that's just an example. I just want you to understand, because you need to really understand it. Because by the time we started using it, maybe you want to put something after this Segun festival and it doesn't work. So you will know that, is this an inline tag or a block tag? Maybe that is why it's not working. So you need to understand this. So I believe you all understand block and inline tags. If you actually understand this, please notify in the meeting, let us know. Raise up your hand or just drop a message. Okay. Yeah. So now let's move to the next topic here, which is comments. Comments. HTML comments. HTML comments. What is comment in HTML? What is comments? You start see. What is comments? What if in a scenario that we want to, maybe in the future, this website that we are building for our customer, another person might manage it in the future. So what if we can let the person that we later manage this website in the future to actually understand that this favicon that we put here is an HTML logo. We can write an English word here. We can say this is an HTML logo. Can we save it? Let's save it. We don't want this is an HTML logo to be displayed, but we just want the person to know in this code, the developer that will take up this code in the next future, we just want him to know that this is an HTML logo so that he can know what he's going to do here. Maybe he will change it. If he's going to change it, we find another beautiful HTML logo and replace it with. So let us save it and view in our web browser what happened. So if we refresh our web browser, we can see that this is an HTML logo shows, and we don't want that. We don't want anybody to even see it. It is just only the developer we want him to see it inside the code. And that is where the comments, the HTML comment comes in. A comment, as the word goes, comment, we use it uh, to explain what a particular code is doing, or a particular element, or anything. We can just put anything. So in every programming language, there is a support for comments, and they are different. There are in how we write comment in JavaScript is different from how we write comment in Python. It's different from how we write comment uh in Golang. Golang is a programming language developed by Google. And how we write comments in Golang is different from how we write it in PHP. So how did we write it in HTML, since we are in HTML topic? To do that, we just write, I'm coming, our lesser than sign followed by question mark and two minus, two minus. After these two minus, we can put anything that we want here. Anything that we put here, it will not be visible in the web page whenever they view it. It will not be it will not be visible. It will only be visible to anybody who have access to that code, who is checking the code. So a comment is also a tag, and it's a container tag. So which means it has a closing tag. So how are we going to close it? We should know how to close it. But how we close it is not how we normally close in p tag. We said we write another two minus sign and we put our greater than sign. That is how we write comments in HTML. And I'm going to show you the shortcut to write comment instead of typing all this in the next few seconds. So let's save it and let's head back to our HTML and let's see what happened. Voila, it doesn't show, and that's exactly what we want to achieve. And we're able to achieve it, but that is not what we want to write. This is what we want to write. Let us paste it. So I'm telling the person who is anybody who have access to this HTML file in the nearest future that this image that you are seeing here, I'm explaining to him, this is an HTML logo. So anytime you wanna change it, please use another beautiful HTML logo. Thank you, my guy, in the future, anything. Can you see it? And if we save it and go back, it won't show. It won't show. But if we are in the code, we see it and we can actually understand that, okay, this is what this person mean in this code. So what is the shortcut for writing comments in HTML instead of a lot of something like this? So we can just delete this and let me show you the shortcut in your keyboard. So once you write that the word that you want to use, you will just highlight on it, on that particular thing that you want to comment out from your code, and you hold your shift key, your alternative key, and letter A. Do that. If you do that, let me know. You can write anything. You can even comment out this code. Maybe you don't want to put image in this website again. You can just highlight from that, or maybe it is just only this image you want to remove. You can just highlight this image and I will hold on shift, alternative key, and letter A. I will save. If I go back now, HTML will treat it as a comment. It is now a comment. It's not, it is only this word that is showing now. This is a word now because I didn't comment this word out. So if I comment it out also, it won't show. Can you see it? Oh, it's the letter O. So can you see it now? So we can use this comment stand for two things. We can either use it to hide something, hide a particular code. Maybe we are trying to get a design and maybe our the owner of this website said it doesn't need image again. We can just comment it out instead of deleting it, because we know that the person might said he need it again and it will be a stress in writing the code all over. We can just comment it out, or we can use a comment to explain a code. I hope you all understand. If you want to uncomment it back, you highlight it from that comment to the last greater than sign and press the same keyboard, the same shortcut, shift key plus alternative key, you hold it together plus letter A. It will uncomment it out. And if you refresh it, we have our image back. So that is it. That is it. If you understand this comment and you'll be able to comment out some code in your Visual Studio Code Signify, let me know. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, moving forward, moving forward, um, moving forward, let's talk about special character in HTML. Special character. Special character. What is a special character? Let me paste this so that we can know this is what we are discussing about. A special character. Let me put it 40. Special character. What is special character? In our keyboard, we have a lot of things. In our keyboard, if you are looking at your keyboard right now, we have a number, we have numeric key, we have alphanumeric key, we have function key, we have home key, we have a lot of things. But on our keyboard, there are some particular symbol and character that is not on our keyboard. Yes, there are some particular character that is not on our keyboard. and we might want to include those character inside our website. Those are the characters we call special character. Those characters are not on our keyboard. Some of them are not on our keyboard, and we might want to add it. And how are we going to add it? We add it using some special character that HTML have predefined for them. What are the example of those special character? If you browse some websites, you will see something inside those websites, like in the bottom, you will see copyright. Let me see this website, this particular website, this investment website. Let me view it. And if you scroll down to this website, this is a website that I built. It is used for mining USDT. So if you scroll down to this bottom of this website, let me zoom it. Let me zoom it a little bit higher. See, in this bottom, you will see something like this: copyright 2023. You can see this copyright symbol. Check your keyboard. Can you see it on your keyboard? No, it's not on your keyboard. And I really need it. We might need it also. You are getting my point. We might need it. Maybe we want to put 2023 designed by Muzi Technology, or designed by Mr. Obo Technology, or designed by Praise Enacho, designed by Gov D. And we might want to put there, and it is not on our keyboard. How are we going to achieve this? This is a special. We have an HTML has a special character that we can use to display this. You understand? So how do we write special character? Let's say in our website, at the bottom of our website, I want to put that in there. You can just put it inside a p tag, because p tag is a block element, so it will shift it down. So let's say when I said C 2023 website design by Flexible. Let me use my name. Let's save it and go back to our platform. We have the C, but this is not what we want to put. We want to put a special character instead of that C, and we don't have it on our keyboard. So to write it, we use a special character mode. To use the special character, we have like 100 special character. There's a particular sign also that is not there, like euro sign. We only have dollar sign, which is in the same place where our number 4 key is. We don't have euro character on our keyboard. We only have dollar character. What about we want to put an euro character? You understand? So how are we going to do it? We put the ampersand, followed by followed by asterisk key, which is the hash, and the code, the character code. There's something called character code. It is the character code that defines that particular character that we are looking for. Let's say, for example, we said 142. I don't even know this character code of this 142, but let's see what it will bring out. It brings out this character Z. I think this is a Z with a Zulu language. Let's use another one. Let's set 100. D. I think we have it. We have letter D on our keyboard. Let's use 130. And if we refresh it, we have it is comma. But to display this copyright sign, in this website, we have the list of it. It is 169. The code is 169, the copyright symbol. Let's go back to our website and let's view it. Yeah, we have it. Copyright 2023 website designed by Flexible. You understand? That's special character. Do you know that letter A, every letter on our word has special character? But all those characters cannot fit on our keyboard. Because if we can able to have all this type of character, our keyboard will be full and it will be congested. We won't be able to type fast. So they only give us the main thing that we are going to be using daily, day to day, and the rest they call it special character. Let's for example this sign also, euro sign. Maybe you want to put euro sign here. Let's say we are selling uh we are selling a car. Car is selling at, want to put sign, maybe we are selling it at $500, but we don't want to sell it at $500. We want to sell it at we want to sell it, let me save it and view it. We want to sell it around 500 euro. We are selling it around $500 now, but what if we want to sell it around 500 euro and we don't have euro sign on it? So we just said ampersand followed by hash and followed by the code. This is the code. The code for euro, the special character code for euro is 8363. Let's save it and let's refresh. We are having an issue here. Okay. Mind you, there are some browser that won't be able to display this code, this special character. Some browser doesn't display them. So don't be surprised when you input it and it doesn't show. Just change your browser and use Firefox. And there are some character that Firefox doesn't display also. You can see the Firefox doesn't display this character. Can you see it? So it is not an error, but Firefox doesn't support it. So anyway, that is not a problem. I believe if we understand, we can use sense. Sense. I think, yeah, Firefox will support this sense. Sense. Yeah, we are now sending at 500 cents. That is just things about special character. You understand? So now let's move to our next topic. Please, if you understand that special character, please raise up your hand. Let me see you. Let me see you. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. So let's move to the next topic that we're going to talk about, which is paragraph, heading, and text. We don't even need to talk much about it because we have been using it since. We've been using paragraph tag. We've used break tag, but we haven't used horizontal tag. So let's talk about paragraph tag. What is paragraph tag? Paragraph tag is, as the name suggests, is a tag that we can use to display text. This is example, this p tag. It is used to display text. You can see how I display the text. It is a what's it called? It is a container tag because it's closed and it has this text inside it. If I remove this text now, it has turned to empty tag. But let me put the text back. Let me just say lorem 10. It's okay. So, it is used to display text and it is a block element because it takes up a lot of space, even the one it doesn't need. Can we confirm? Let's inspect and click on the P. Can you see it? It takes everything. Though everything it needs stop here, but still yet it takes the rest of the space that is available. So it is a block element. So that is that about paragraph tag. We don't need to talk much about that. We talk about break, which is the BR, which we can use to put vertical space in between our elements. Then let's talk about, we know how to create an HTML page. Let's leave that. Then let's talk about quoted text. I believe we all know what is a quote. When we said when you said someone said, and I quote, That is a word that is spoken by another person and you want to repeat that word. So you need to quote it. Let's say um let's say let me remove all this thing. Let's say let me write a P tag. Let's say Peter Obi said we must remove the structure of criminality according to what he said. So if we save it now and refresh, we have this quote, but this is not how to put a quote. This is not how to quote a word in HTML. We can only quote this, maybe we are writing it inside our notebook. How are we going to quote it properly? We have a quote tag that we can use to quote this word that Peter Obi said. You know, so let's cut out the word and let's use the element, the right tag. So the tag is what we know as block quotes. Can you see it? Block quotes. So our greater than sign, then block quotes. Yeah, the lesser than sign, greater than sign. It is what? It is a container tag because it's close. So inside it, we are going to put what Peter Obi said. And let's save it and refresh. Can you see how we do it? Can you see it? It is very, very, very wonderful. Can you see it? So Peter Obi, so the person that's reading this website will know that okay, this is what Peter Obi said. So that is a block quote. Do you know that we can achieve this block quotes with another with different type of tag? Let's do it instead of doing this block, but it is recommended that we use this block quote. I have another P tag. You can say Peter Obi said, and we can cut out this, copy it, and let's use break tag, break tag to break this word down. We are using another thing. Can you see it? We are using break tag to form a quote, a block quote. Can you start this shame? You can just use anything that we know that okay, it is not a must to use one tag over the other. Just use a tag that okay, this is what will be sufficient for me. So now there's a particular padding, a space between the left hand side to that word. So how can we put a space? And we know that if we do like this, it won't work. So how can we do it? That is, we can just say, since we know that a span is an inline tag, so we can use span. We can use for span. We can just use put span. It's okay. And let's see, maybe it will work. It doesn't work because our span doesn't have anything in between. So that means though we can use CSS, can you see it shifted it, but we don't want full stop. We are going to reach there. So what I'm just trying to illustrate here is that you can even use, or you can put a div tag here and use CSS to align it to the left, but we haven't reached that stage. We are in HTML. Let's just stick with block quote. So that is that. So let's use another. Now there's another way we can quote a word apart from this block quote tag. Let's say another word. Tinubu said, and there's another quote which is Q. This is another tag, another quote tag. This is one quote tag, and this is another quote tag that we can use. It is Q. Is a container tag because it is self-closing tag. Tinubu said, Bala blue, boo, la ba. Can you see that's what Tinubu said? If we refresh it, what do we see? It's quote it with a quote signal, a quote symbol, a quote sign. So anybody who is reading it will know that This is what Peter Obi said here, and this is what Tinubu said here, because this is the quote tag. Can you see? So that is a tag. That is a quote. These are the two quote tags that we have, that the standard quote tags that we have. You understand? So that is just about quote tags. Don't worry, if you are a Tinubu supporter here, I'm sorry for what he said. We are in a class, remember. So now let's move forward to pre-formatted text. What is pre-formatted text? A pre-formatted text, and or let's say tag, a pre-formatted tag are tags that doesn't change space or change the way we formatted our code, or our anything that we put inside that pre-formatted text. Let me show you example. We have only one tag for pre-formatted a word, I mean a text, and we always use it for text, just like this. The name of the tag is pre. This is pre, pre, enter. Now let us now replicate what Peter Obi said here inside our pre-formatted text. You know that I'm coming. You know that in a p tag, if we say we want to put a lot of space in between, let me just comment this code out first. In this p tag, let's say we want to put a lot of space in between the must word and the remove word. You understand? Let's save it and refresh our. You know that it doesn't show. It only give us one single space. What if we actually want to put a lot of space in between this must and this remove word? That's where we can use the pre-formatted text. You should now understand how it works. It will formatted it exactly how we actually wrote it. It is actually the way we actually formatted it. So we just put our we just turn it to we just add the RE, which is the pre-formatted, and we close it also with the pre. And now let's view it. What do you see? Magic. It actually formatted as we want. So this pre tag and p tag, they are the same thing, but this p tag will not format it as exactly you specified it, but this pre tag will format it. Let's say we just want to put 1, 2, 3, 4 space, and if we save it and refresh, it will only put the 4 space, 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe you understand what is pre-formatted tags. If you understand, please drop a reaction, let me know. Okay, good. So that is that about a pre-format. Let us do one more example. Let's say this quote now. We want to put this inside quotes instead of using this block quotes. You understand? So we can just put a p tag inside. We can turn it to a p tag. That is a p tag inside a p tag. That's just the advantage of container tag. It can accept anything in between it. It can even accept image inside it without no issue. So Peter Obi said this. So, and we are not using block quote. Let us view it and see how it is, because we are not using any block quote. Can you see it? So it just drop it in between instead of now that it has dropped it, we can now shifted it to this to the exact place where this is. Abi, let's count this space. Let's count this space from this. Oh, we are not to count the space, but let's just do it. So how are we going to do it now? We just need to wrap everything inside the pre tag. Abi, we need to wrap everything inside the pre tag. This is the end of the pre tag. Pre. And now we can now put our fucking space here. Wow. Can you see that we have been able to achieve our own tag? I mean our own block quote without using the block quotes tag. We've been able to quote this what Peter Obi said using our own logical idea without using the actual block quote tag. Can you see it? So that is just HTML. You just need to be creative. You just need to be able to think deep, because sometimes you might even forget that you might use block code. But since you understand a lot of things, you can just use another thing. You can just use any tag and use CSS to design it, to move it to the right. You understand? So that is the work of preformatted tag. A preformatted tag allow us to, you know, it allow the browser to actually display it exactly how we do it, and it will be useful for us in the nearest future when we started building our projects. You understand? So that is that about pre-formatted text. Now let's talk about text level semantic element. Text level semantic elements. That's it. Yeah, I forgot the definition. A text level formatic, what is it? Okay, let me define it here for you. Forgot the definition. A text level formatic element they are, let me say, they are predefined elements. These people did not define exactly how I want it. They are predefined elements. You understand? And they represent stress emphasis of its content. Oh, these people. Okay, let us check this the real definition here. Okay. Oh, no definition here. We actually want definition, but let's just leave aside. Let me just explain it. A preformatted, I mean, sorry, a text level semantic element. But firstly, let us understand what is a semantic element. A semantic element is a predefined element. They are not, I mean, let's say it is a predefined tags or elements. An example of them we've been using it. Example of them is this HTML, which is a understandable and a standard tag, a standard element. Example of it is the body tag, the header. It is, we must always use it because the browser actually understand it. The Google SEO actually understand it. Example of them is, let's say, example of them is article. This article we can use to, maybe in a blog post, after we've written the title, maybe we are writing a blog post, which is, we have music, let's say Wizkid feat Davido, and want, before you download the music, it will display some text. Let's say the biggest position, blah blah blah, collaborate, immediately Google is ranking this thing to know that everything you put here is an article. So it will display it in form of an article. Another semantic element that we have is another tag that we know, another element, which is aside. We use this aside as a widget in our design. We can use that in form of a widget. You understand? So example of it is let me actually show this image. I saw a particular image here and I want it for my illustration. Hope I'm able to see it again. Let me find it. I saw one image here and I love the image. It actually explains everything about semantic this thing coming. Okay, good, brilliant. This is what I want. Okay, let me open this in a new a new tab. So I want you to look carefully at this image. I want to see it. This is a semantic element, HTML. Can you see it? This is semantic element and this is non-semantic. You can see div because we can where we want to put div, we can put another thing sef. We can put ojo, we can put anything. That's HTML. HTML is very very simple. But there are some particular predefined element. They have defined it already and we must use it in case the need comes up. Example of them are the header tag or header element, the nav tag. Maybe we want to put a navigation bar in our website. We have the aside. You can see the aside. That is maybe on our website we want to put advertisements. Maybe when they are reading the all these things, they will be able to view some advertisements. Hope you are getting my point. That is, let me okay, good. This is the example of aside. Can you see this space where I can be able to visit to check my dashboard? This is example of aside because it is aside and we can be able to navigate through it. This is example of nav, the nav tag which is here, the nav. We can navigate, maybe we are building our blog system, we can be able to click on music, video on this nav bar. Also we have the main, we have article like I've shown you, we have figure and p tag. P tag is a semantic element. We have section. These are just how we can divide each and every um element or tags in our HTML. And we have the footer. So that is just, you can see we've used the p tag, we've used article, we use aside. Body is also among. So they are just predefined tag which we can use. You understand? And later on in this course, we are going to be using it when we are building our first project. And our first project will be, it will be a very simple one, which is it will just be our portfolio website. And after that, we are going to build uh, an hotel management project. And after that, we are going to build a simple blog system, But that's aside, we haven't reached there. So now that is that about semantic elements. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to round up here tonight so that because I'm going to give you an assignment. And please don't make the mistake that you did tonight, that you're unable to do your assignment. I want you to do your assignment. It's it strengthen your capability. You understand? When we do something in class and later on you go on your own and review it and even made some research about it. And that's what I love about what GovD did in the project. They even had some things that I didn't even ask them to do, just to make it more, advanced. So that's the developer for you, because I don't want a situation whereby after this course, maybe you get employed and you are they said you should do something, you are just doing nonsense, and they ask you who train you, web development. Please don't just mention my name, because I don't teach rubbish and I don't train rubbish. You understand? So, but that's just aside. ledger aside. So we are going to round up for today. But before we round off, there will be a section for question and answer. And after that, I'm going to drop the assignment for you. Okay, please. The floor is yours to ask for your question if there's anything you don't understand in everything we've been discussing since. If there's anything that you don't understand, please raise up your hand or just unmute your mic and ask your question. Thanks. Please, let's be fast. We are rounding up by 10, please. Okay, I believe we don't have any question. That means everything we'll be saying here since morning, we all understand. Yes or no? Raise up your hand if you all understand everything that we've been saying. Raise up your hand, please. Let me know that I'm talking to people. Okay, that's fine. So I think we can move to the next assignment then.
Hello, Mr. Flexible.
Yeah,
My question is that what is the difference between HTML elements and HTML tags?
okay. That's a brilliant question. What's the difference between HTML elements and HTML tags? We don't have such, well, I mean, we don't have much differences between them because this is HTML element, this is HTML, I mean, this is HTML tag, this is HTML tag, this is everything here is HTML tag. So the combination of this, everything makes up of HTML elements. I believe you are getting my point. So the combination of that makes up of HTML elements. And we can even go further. We can even go further and say, coming, okay, yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, this is a tag because it has a self, anything that has closing, you understand, anything that has closing, I mean opening tag and closing tag, or even doesn't have a tag, I mean doesn't have a closing tag, they are all tags. You understand? So the different they have a lot of similarity, but the main difference between HTML tags and HTML elements is that an HTML tags, it define content. You are getting my point? And HTML tags, it define content. And HTML elements include the opening and closing tag and everything in between. Let me repeat my English again. HTML tags, it define the content. And HTML element includes the opening, the closing tags. Can you hear the English? The opening and the closing tags. That means the combination of these is element. And if they can ask us that, okay, what did we use in this element? We can say we use the p tag. So the combination of this opening p tag, the word, and the closing p tag is called to HTML element. I believe I've been able to answer your question. Hello, Matthew. Please, if you understand the difference between HTML tags and element that I just explained, please you can just drop a comment or raise up your hand so that I can know that you also have a clip on it. Okay, okay, beautiful. So is there any other question, please? Is there another question? Please, if there is no other if there is no any other question, signify. Gov D, praise, signify so that I can know, so that we can move forward. Signify if you don't have any question. Just raise up your hand if you don't have any question. Okay, okay, perfect, perfect. Now let's go to the assignment. Okay, perfect. Here is the assignment for today. our next class is, yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay, Saturday. Our next class is Saturday. That's beautiful. So you can use tomorrow, which is Friday, to finish your assignment. So the assignment is going to be many, and I will make sure it choke you. The first assignment is list all the 15 empty tags. Not only list them, list and use all the 15 element tags. So you can just create a new file, call it assignments.html or something. Then inside it, make sure that you define, say, assignment.html or something. Then you define all your tags. Doc type, you have the HTML. Inside the HTML, you have the head, and you might leave it, you might not put title or anything. If you want to put title inside, then we have the body. Inside our body, then you list the empty tag. One of the empty tag, you need to use it. You understand? So you can just use, number one, you can just use H1 and H2 to set to actually define the particular tag you want to first use. So you can just say BR, so that we know that it is BR. Then you now use the BR here. You understand? Then let's say another empty tag that you want to use is HR. You said H2, then you let me know that it is HR. It will just be like a title. Then you can use the HR here. I hope you understand the structure of how I said it now. So that is that. So list and use all the 15 empty tags in HTML. The second one, use all the text formatting tags. So this assignment is going to be many in HTML. You understand? And also use, that is list and use all, let me put the list. List and use all the container tags in HTML. This is your assignment, and I'll be dropping it in the Discord now for you to view it. In case, I'll just put the date, 16 March. So that's that for today. That's your assignment. So since we don't have so much question, I think we can call it a day. And I said a good night, and may you all have a sweet dream. Thank you and goodbye.